secret with you. And so I want to tell you how I save my money. Okay, sip juice. Okay, so just a recap. I told you guys how I handle my money, and I said 70% goes to loans and bills, 10% goes to tithe, 10%, another 10% goes to savings, and another 10% goes to my personal use. It can be entertainment or helping others. Okay, these people who add you to a WhatsApp group, someone has a baby shower, someone has a funeral, someone has a wedding, all these people, I'm able to help them from this docket of personal use and helping others, the 10%. So today we are going to talk about the 10% on savings. Okay, and I'm going to give you every detail. So if I were you, I will be having a book and a pen so that I don't miss anything. And if you are a Kenyan, or maybe if you're African, I don't know, maybe you can be even out of Africa, this can be so relatable to you because of the avenues of which I save. Could be avenues that you know too well. You understand? Yeah. So the 10%, like let's say that 10%, whatever the amount, I'm not going to give like the specific amounts, but I save in two ways. I have short-term saving and long-term saving. Short-term savings for me are the monies that are available for emergency and that which are available for use in saving in long-term savings. You see, I can save money for short-term, but if it's too much, then if there is need to save for long-term, then I can withdraw money from my short-term pocket and save in the long-term pocket. You understand? I hope you understand. So for my short-term, the short-term savings that I have are for emergencies and or available for saving in the long term. The long-term savings that I have are substitute for my income, and my main income is salary. And number two, they're also for wealth creation. The long-term savings that I have are for substituting my income and for wealth creation. You're going to understand how they are for substituting my income. So let's start with the my short-term savings. So the 10% that I have, 5% I use it differently every end month. The 5% of that money is used differently and 5% is used differently. So the first 5% is deposited or locked in a pocket, in Banki Kuu Sacco. I have two Saccos. I have Banki Kuu Sacco and I have Mwasibu Sacco. You can Google them and find out if you are in Kenya. But if you are out of Kenya, then you can you have Saccos that are available in your city or in your town. So in one of my Saccos, this is Banki Kuu Sacco, they have a saving tool called fixed amana savings. So in fixed amana, you can lock amount from 10,000 shillings, and every month you can lock, the least you can lock is 10,000 shillings in that fixed amana. And the advantage is when you lock 10,000 shillings, you can, I'm not saying that I lock 10,000, but you can lock from 10, the least you can lock is 10,000. So that is the tool that, the short-term saving tool that I use. And the reason why I use fixed amana is because fixed amana, when you want to withdraw, you only lose the interest that you are supposed to earn, but you don't lose your money. Initially, I used to use CIC Bank. They have a money market fund account that that I had opened and I could use. But the disadvantage of the money market fund with CIC Bank was that when you want to withdraw, okay, so this is the thing, you can withdraw once a month, okay, or you can withdraw once in 3 months. You understand? So within 3, if you withdraw now, then the next time you will withdraw is another 3 months. And if anything happens and you want to withdraw many times within 3 months, you understand, 3 months has not elapsed, but you still want to withdraw, then you are charged. And what they charge is your own savings, your own money. So that's why I left the money market fund. So you can still have money market fund. Every bank nowadays have money market fund, and they have interest, which is fairly good than the bank, the money you lock in the banks. The money you lock in the banks is like 5% or 6%, or if it is too much, 7%. But with the money market funds, you can lock your money for 3 months and you get 9% or even 10% of that money. So the rates are better than locking your money in a bank saving account. You understand? Yes. But for me now, I don't use the money market fund. Me, I use the fixed amana, which is a tool of saving with 𝐵𝑛𝑘𝐼 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐒, which you can lock. The least amount is 10K. You can lock 10,000 up to 1 million, whatever. From 10K is the least amount of money you can lock. So me, that's the short-term tool that I use with the 5%. Okay, you understand? The next 5% of my saving every month is divided. There's some amount that I save in one of both of my circles. I deposit. I also deposit that I earn in dividends from them. Okay, so I've told you I have 𝐵𝑛𝑘𝐼 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄e and I have 𝐵𝑚𝑤𝑎𝑠𝑖𝑏𝑢 𝐒𝑐𝑜. So in 𝐵𝑛𝑘𝐼 𝐕𝑈 there's a deposit that I pay every month, and in 𝐚𝑤𝑎𝑠𝑖𝑏𝑢 𝐒𝑐𝑜 there's also a deposit that I pay every month. And also I have a group of friends, me, my husband Nick, my friend Olga, and Olga's brother. We have like a group where we save money, and this month so and so gets, the next month so and so. It's just a way of saving money, but you can help your friends. You understand? So you understand that merry-go-round where you this month it is for Princess, next month is Olga's, the other month is Nick's, and for example, if ours is 5,000 shillings. If it is your time and you get 5,000 shillings from 4 people, that is 20,000 shillings. That is good money. Yes. So every month I save in fixed amana, and I save in both of my circles, and I also send money to the friend that is receiving money. So that's how I use the 10% of my saving every month. And all those avenues to me are short-term savings. They are monies that are very available for me for use. I can use it anytime. Okay? Now let us go to the long-term, which I said I use for substituting my salary and for wealth creation. You can also use them for retirement plan. You understand? So the long-term savings that I use are, number one, two of my circles, 𝐵𝑛𝑘𝐼 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄e. I have deposits, and they also have you can also invest in shares, their shares, and I have 𝐚𝑤𝑎𝑠𝑖𝑏𝑢 𝐒𝑐𝑜. I have deposits there, and if you like, both of them have a way that everybody must have 10% of 10,000 shares of 10,000 shillings. The least shares you can have is 10,000 shillings. If you like, you can turn your savings to share capital, but the disadvantages of converting your deposits to share capital is that now that is not money anymore. And if you want to leave the circle, you are not given money. You have to try and sell these shares to someone, because you can never get the money back if you convert it to share capital. But if it is under deposits, if you want to leave the circle, they can give you your money back. Okay, and if you follow their rules, because their rules is you give a notice, I want to withdraw this amount from my deposits, and then you are told to wait for 3 months, and that within 3 months you are given that money and you are not charged anything. You're just given your money that you want to withdraw from the circle. So me, all my monies are in deposits, but I have 10,000 each in those circles for share capital. So every year I earn dividends from the deposits that I have in Mwasibu Sacco and in Bankiku Sacco. Okay, then I also save in government bonds. Every time the government of Kenya floats or issues or announces that they are selling bonds to the public, and the rate is awesome, and especially I love that bond that has no tax, then I always go to my short-term pocket, the fixed amana. Then I get what I have in fixed amana. I get some, so I don't withdraw everything, but I can get something from there, and then I save in my bonds. I save in my bonds. I buy a bond from the government. From these bonds, I earn from the bonds coupons. These are just names used, but it is just interest. There's an interest that I earn every 6 months. Okay, so every 6 months you buy a bond from the government. Let me say I get 500,000 from fixed amana, then I buy a bond from 500,000. If the rate is, for example, 12%, you can be sure 12%. You can be sure maybe I'll get maybe 20-something thousand or 30,000 after every 6 months. That is good money, you see. With that, if after every 6 months, when I get the coupons, I pump them into the fixed amount, into my short-term pocket. When I get every year, when I get the dividends from the circles, I still pump them in the fixed amana. And anytime the government is selling bonds, I go to my fixed amana pocket and I find out what's the balance, and then I decide how much can I take from here, and I'll still not be in a bad place. Then I take a bit of it and then I buy that bond. And then now the bonds, the bond are for long term, so you can lock your money for even 20 years. Right now the oldest bond is 30 years for government of Kenya. So if you lock 500,000 for 30 years, you will get that money after 30 years, and me, after 30 years I'll be 50 something, you understand? So if I'll be 50 something, that's when I'll get my 500,000 back at maturity, when the bond matures. But in the course of this time, I've been receiving coupons of 30k, you understand? So if you are getting your salary every month, and you're also sure you'll be able to get a coupon, this month, then it substitute the salary. So it is just like pumping money in a business. You understand? You can start a business and you are employed, so the business substitute your salary. So for me, the coupons from the bonds substitute my salary. Okay, then you may ask that what if I want to acquire something like a property, something that is very expensive, like a car, something that is millions. So where do I get the money from? So I told you 70% is for loans and my monthly bills. So if I want to acquire a property, then I can get a loan from any of my circles, or I can get a loan from my employer. Because I am employed by the bank, so I can get a mortgage from my employer. Then I can acquire a house. So that loan is paid by the pocket of 70%. So I have a specific amount that I can pay for loans for me. There's amount that I've put aside under the 70%. There's a specific amount in there that I can only take a loan for so much, so that I am able to pay within the 70% of my salary. Okay, yeah, I think I have handled everything. If it is whatever questions you have, please reach out. You can ask me questions on the comment section below, or you can reach out on Instagram. You could also reach out on Facebook, but I don't use my inbox. Most of the time I use my Instagram inbox. So you can find me as the Godly Princess. Ask me questions and I will be able to tackle them with all the honesty you need, because this is a Christian based channel and I am not lying. I am not giving false information. I'll give you every detail. If you want to know how to open an account with the central bank so that you can be able to buy bonds, ask me. If you want to know how to become a member of Mwasibu Sacco, ask me. If you want to know how to become a member of Bankiku Sacco so that you can be able to access the fixed amana pocket, you can be able to save in the Bankiku Sacco and earn coupons of every year, you ask me. And you could ask, do I keep money? Do I save in the bank? No. For me, I don't keep money in my bank. Like I said in my first video, that every end month I have a routine. I go to my bank, withdraw everything, and put it where it is supposed to be. If it is the savings, I take that and put it in fixed manner. Whatever is supposed to be sent to that friend, I send. Whatever is supposed to be deposited in the circle, I send. I deposit. And if it is tithe, it is sent to the bishop's account. Whatever is for my personal use is also put in some safe somewhere. Bills I pay on the day I'm paid. Loans are also paid on the day I'm paid. So I don't have money in my bank account. My bank account is zero. If I need money, then I will go to Bankiku Sacco in fixed manner and withdraw. Okay. And so if someone was to take hold of my phone and you want to steal something from me or transfer money from my account, you will find zero. I don't keep money in the bank because they charge you for keeping money there, and there's nothing that you earn from the bank, which is a loss. I want to make sure my money works for me, and I want to look for avenues that my money can work for me. And because I cannot save 1 million in a day, I have to look for short-term avenues where I can save money little. Before I know it, the money is enough to save in bigger places where money can serve me today and still serve me when I'm 60, when I'm 57 years old, when I'm 60 years old. I'll still be having money that is flowing from the coupons that from the bonds that are bought with the government. Every year I get my dividends from the circles, and even if I was to lose my job today, my salary will stop, but at least I'll be able to still get the coupon. I'll still be able to get the dividends, and I'll still be able to manage my life with the little that I have as I wait for a bigger, well-paying job. You understand? Yeah, so that is why you need to save in places that can substitute your income, so that in case of eventualities where you lose your job, then you're still able to survive. And we will talk more. I will talk still about next of kins. You need to make sure, if you are in these circles, you update your next of kin every time. If you get a new child, update your next of kin. If you're married and you want to put your husband or wife, update your next of kin, because some of these monies that you save, one day you die without knowing. Of course, we die without knowing, and then that money goes to unclaimed assets, and some people who are still already rich, by the way, eat your money, and the people who you are working for, continue languishing in poverty. So make sure you update your next of kin list at all times. And maybe someone can say that you save, in long-term things like a bond of 30 years, and you put your money in the circle. Why can't you just enjoy your life to the fullest right now? What if you don't live to 60 years old and you're not able to even eat that money that you have invested, blah, blah, blah? Then my question to you is, what if I live to 60 years old? Yours is, what if I don't? Me, I'm like, what if I live to 60? What if I live to 80 years old? What if I live even up to 90 years old? And even my pension will be stopped by, we shall have stopped by that time. And what I'll be depending on will be the saving avenues that I had put in place that are still able to bring me some good money every year or every 6 months. I'm still able to get some money and still live my life, within my means. I'm still able to enjoy the good things of life. You understand? Yeah, so don't be afraid to save, because you're going to die. We are all going to die. And if you have children, you have parents, you have updated your next of kin list, then what do you fear? If you die, your mother will benefit from it. If you die, if your wife is in that list, your wife will be able to benefit from it. So why worry? Why be afraid? You save for a better tomorrow and also a comfortable today. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this saving video. And again, if you have any question, I'm ready to answer perfectly. So every question, like you want to go back to school, where from which pocket do you get this money? If it was me, I'd get money from I'll get a loan from any of my circles. Then the 70% will take care of that. You understand? Yeah, so ask me those questions.